If you measure the success of a hunt by your duck strap, you're missing the whole point. Whether you fire a shot or not, it's been a peaceful morning. When you come out here to hunt, just all kinds of wildlife shows up. And for most people that have never really gotten a witness, it's just breathtaking. It's spiritual to a lot of people in a way, me included. This didn't happen by accident. The habitat is managed year-round. When the ducks come down, they got a place to land. They got a place to eat. They got food. It's helped revitalize the area. The whole year of preparation that went together for one hunt that day, you start appreciating everything.
Over the last several decades, Texas has been losing thousands and thousands of acres of our wetland habitat. As these wetlands deteriorated and disappeared off the landscape, there's been a decline in waterfowl populations. Through the Texas Prairie Wetlands project, we have started restoring wetlands stretching from Orange down to Cameron County. It is a high priority for Ducks Unlimited and for the work we do to come in and start restoring these wetlands because without them, the future of these birds on the Texas coast will no longer exist.
When I bought the ranch, it had rice farming on it. I didn't know a thing about growing rice. I wasn't a farmer. I grew up in the suburbs of Houston. But I had heard about the Prairie Wetlands program, and waterfowl and rice go together. So I figured I better learn this stuff pretty quick. We embarked on a lot of programs with the help of a DU for land leveling, to cut our costs for water, and without those enhancements, if I'd have just stayed the course, there wouldn't be any rice farming here. We harvest about 5.5 to 6 million pounds of rice a year. Think about that. That's a lot of boxes of Uncle Ben's. You're growing a food crop that's used around the world, and at the same time, you're producing the best waterfowl habitat you can.
Working with private landowners through the Texas Prairie Wetlands Project is a relationship. Oil and gas, livestock production, agricultural producers, you name it. We are working with these landowners over a 10-year period, all for one main purpose of putting this habitat on the landscape. Part of the reason why there's so much flooding and water runoff going through subdivisions is because concrete doesn't absorb water. Wetlands did, and when you look at what the prairie used to be, you've lost all that water storage. So at the end of the day, it's not just about waterfowl, it's about water quality, water quantity, and stormwater mitigation through the different river systems that we are working in. Implementing these wetlands into day-to-day activities is seamless in most cases. Helping people see the other side of conservation and how it affects their bottom line are all beneficial things in an ever-growing world.
I just wanted a good place to duck hunt. But what this has become for me is my field of dreams. We took that block of land, literally a barren field, and we developed it into wetland habitat. You know, the saying, if you build it, they will come. Well, ducks come every fall. I'm kind of the steward for this land that's here, and hopefully I leave it better than the way I found it. It is so far, and that's my intent to leave it that way.
The Texas Prairie Wetland Project has been around for 28 years and is a partnership program between Ducks Unlimited, the Gulf Coast Joint Venture, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, and Texan by Nature. Working with these private landowners and the 85,000 acres worth of wetland conservation that has taken place on the Texas Gulf Coast would not have been possible without the support and partnership of the North American Wetland Conservation Act.